Hello there, welcome to this new moon of Taurus. It happens here on the 19th, Friday, exactly 7 minutes to 5 p.m. here, Portuguese time. And well, this is a Taurus moment. So we have actually not momentum, because we have not only the sun and the moon together in Taurus, in the very last degrees of Taurus, but we also have, of course, Uranus, who's been there since 2019. We also have Mercury, which is not retrograde anymore, so he's now turning in, going through the same degrees that he was while retrograding. So yeah, just expect maybe some different ideas or some different opinions about the issues that may have gone through your life in the past 3 to 4 weeks. And we have the recent Jupiter in Taurus as well. So, and this for me is one of the most interesting and vibrant aspects of the year, or I would say that is very it's not that it's very good in essence, but it can be very good. So we can feel this entrance of Jupiter in Taurus, which is still going to be here until 2024. So it has still a long time to go, and it can be really interesting, this moment. But I'll go there just in a bit. But so we have this Taurus vibes very, very strong. So what is Taurus? What is Taurus speaking about? Taurus is the second sign of the zodiac. It's an earth sign, so it's about solidity. It's about the earth, really. It's about embodiment, and of course, it's about the planet, about the body that our soul comes into this world with. And it's about the resources, everything that is already available to us as soon as we arrive in the planet, as soon as we are born, but also the ones that we are able to create, to generate. So everything that we are able to grow in the fertile land of Taurus. So all the abundance, all the pleasure, all the the ability to feel everything with our hands, with our senses, to enjoy all the pleasures. So this is Taurus, and of course it speaks about, as every other earth sign, it's about work, dedication. So for Taurus, it's about persistence. It's about dedication, to grow something and to value that. To grow something with my own hands, and be able to value that, to see the goodness that I'm able to grow. So this is Taurus, of course, and it's very related, of course, with the way that we deal with money, the way that we value our abilities to make things grow. So the way that we value our abilities, in a general sense. But this is the Earth sign, so it's about the planet, it's about the body, and the ability to enjoy everything related to that. And of course the moon and the sun, they gather together in the very last degrees of Taurus, so we are just in the end of this Taurus season, but still it's strong, as I said, because we have a lot of planets there. So this is amplified, and it's of course amplified, even more amplified, because of Jupiter, which is the amplifier of the solar system. So we have, well, Jupiter on itself, it's a benefic it's considered a benefic in traditional astrology. So it has the vibes of luck, but more than luck, in my perspective, is about the recognition of opportunities, the ability to see the opportunities coming into our lives, and the opportunity to see the abundance that is already there, and the one that we are able to attract. And of course, Jupiter here, of course, it amplifies the opportunities available to us. So maybe we are able now to see them in a much more clear way and take them, or take the opportunities, or take this, let's say, I don't know, job opportunities as something that can make me more prosperous, or so bringing prosperity, bringing wealthiness into my life, but also the opportunity to see the one that is already there. So everything that I already have, everything that I already possess, and that is adding to my life. So this is, for me, this is very, very important, because of course it can also amplify the the shadow side of Taurus, which is the need to collect things and the need to have more and more and more, and also the the shadow side of Jupiter, which is the insatisfaction. Despite the amount of things that already has, or the amount of experiences that already has, it's never enough. So of course we need to be aware of also this possibility, and of course maybe we can also see people taking advantage of this in a very negative way, like inflation skyrocketing again because of prices going up and up, just because people suddenly think that it's a fair price to put on services or on products, and it's just not sustainable at one point. So, but we'll get there, because Jupiter will come to meet Uranus next year. They will get closer this year already, but it's not an exact conjunction. So we next year we'll feel it much more. So, and this will kind of break the cycle, in my perspective. So this global this global financial craziness, especially here in Europe and here in Portugal, related to the housing market, it's very, very serious at the moment, and hopefully this is not going to make it worse, but will make it actually better, in a sense that it's going to become a little bit more conscious about the fair price to pay for something, and the abundance that we already have of resources in our lives, that is much better than in any other much better than in the past, that our parents and our grandparents have lived through. So this is something that we can maybe be a little grateful or feel a little bit of gratefulness for having so many resources, and to be thankful for what nature is giving us already. So this is, it really depends on each of us, of course, individually, and then worldwide, how this manifests. But this is my perspective on it, and the one that I think that is that is constructive, and that is better to pass along. So I hope that you can understand this, and maybe try to understand how this plays along in your personal life, where is Taurus in your chart and which area of your life this is affecting, and how this maybe how this can improve your life in any way. And of course, well, just having Mercury out of the retrograde motion, it helps a lot of us, especially in Taurus. It puts a little bit of a faster motion on it. Maybe not necessarily faster, but easier to move along with, and more aligned, especially. So yeah, this is something that can be very, very positive. It's still very close to the North Lunar Node, so this is important for us to get clarity about what is important in our lives, what is important to grow, and what kind of conversations, what kind of communications, what kind of what can we do with our hands to what is the necessary action with our hands to grow what we need to grow. So this is really, really important. And of course then, so all of these planets, they are being ruled by Venus. And Venus is in Cancer. So Venus in Cancer, of course, it's dedicated to family and dedicated to to embrace everyone that they love. It's like this very loving, very caring, very maternal even aspect of Venus. So aspect of love, and also this financial side of Taurus. What do I need to? How can I contribute to my family, to the safety of my family? So all my resources will be to family issues, or even to this nationality kind of thing. Like, how can I protect my country? Not necessarily protect, but how can I contribute to my country and to my home? So this is something that can be interesting to have this kind of vibe of really taking care. Both Taurus and Cancer, they have this underlying motto of caring for the land, caring for the body, caring for the resources, caring for family, for my relationships. So this is very, very strong. And of course we have then Mars in the very last degree, or the very last minutes, better said, of Cancer. So he's moving signs right in the next day, on the 20th. So, and this is the most important aspect for this new moon. So starting to speak about it, just for you to understand what I'm looking at. So we have a T-square. I think I spoke a little bit about this configuration in astrology. So basically, in a T-square, we have an opposition and we have two square aspects. So this time we have an opposition in between Mars and Pluto. Mars, which is moving the next day to Leo, to the very first degree of Leo, opposite to Pluto, which is in the first degree of Aquarius, and both squaring Jupiter in the very first degree of Taurus. So we have the fixed signs being activated. So again, if you have any planets or angles in this very first degrees or last degrees of the previous signs, if you have something there, an angle or a planet of these signs, in the very first degrees of these signs especially, of course you'll feel it even stronger. And this is intense because it brings the need for readjustments and for balance, to find balance in between something. So to find balance in between the opposites, to complement each other, to find a complement. Somewhere in between they complement each other, and to readjust based on the squares. So, and of course it brings also, because it's a t-square, so it's half of a square, it brings this idea that something is lacking because we have half a square lacking. So we have the other point, the other angle missing. So, and that's the one we also need to look at in our charts, of course. So in this case, in the first degrees of Scorpio. So we have this need to readjust and to bring balance into our lives. And of course, we are speaking here about complementing each other or the opposition of Mars and Pluto. They both rule Scorpio. So the point that we need to be looking at is actually the one that both planets are ruling. So they basically are, they bring the same. They're bringing the same topics, which is Mars entering Leo is, Mars entering Leo, it's like, it's setting fire on everything that I'm passionate about. And of course my identity, my desires, my more than my desires, my gifts, my talents, everything that makes me unique. So it makes this it kind of makes me shine. It makes me want to shine even brighter. But for that I need to know who I am first. And I need to do that by like going deep into myself, Scorpio, and really getting to know everything, every detail, everything that is that makes me authentic. And it's not just about the brightness, not just about the light, but about me as a whole. So I need to recognize that about myself. Otherwise, I'll be, of course, just looking at the shadow side of Leo. I'll be just fighting for the spotlight, basically, and wanting for everyone to recognize that bright in me, rather than just recognize it myself and be able to actually bring the best out of others. Because I'm so confident about myself, and I'm just so comfortable that I don't need to prove anything. I don't need to show anything, to show off about anything, because I'll just be very comfortable in my skin, putting that to service to others, Aquarius, to my community, serving my community with the best that I have, and helping everyone to shine, not just me. But then we have Pluto on the other side, and Pluto is the one, so this basically is a battle in between the physical strength and the desires of the ego, and the subconscious, everything that is traumatic and every kind of experience that is hidden in myself and that is controlling me from the inside. This, of course, from the individual perspective. So, of course, this is being in opposition. Of course, is like a battle of forces. One is the physical, and one is the desire, and the other one is the unconscious. The forces that are playing out from the unconscious and from the hidden veils of the underworld. So what is here that is like controlling me and making me to be so visible and to be so validated and to be recognized by others? So everything that is playing behind the scenes for my needs and my desires and for my ego will come from this shadow sides of Pluto in Aquarius. Maybe the need to belong, the need to feel valued by my peers or my community. So everything that I was mentioning. And of course, I can, because Mars is in Leo and is it can bring that need to feel appreciated. That need for appreciation maybe comes from not feeling appreciated enough before, when I was by my colleagues, by my friends, by my neighborhoods, by my neighbors, by I don't know, by my family even. So this will make me just trying to fit in with the group, and but since Mars is in Leo, of course, this now may bring this fight of like going against the community just for the sake of proving the others that I'm valuable enough and I'm enough just by myself. So this can create this kind of imbalance and kind of fight, which can be an external fight, but it can also just be an internal fight, like fighting against myself, for example, like wanting to feel recognized but not having the guts to go deeper and understanding what is here that is making me so needy for the other's appreciation, and just falling on this pattern of searching for that appreciation, and falling for those kind of relationships, and not actually being authentic, and feeling that I'm not being authentic. So this is something that I can feel very, very strongly, and which is going to be amplified by Jupiter, because they're both in a square with Jupiter. So Jupiter is the amplifier, and of course it will amplify this issue, and so it makes us go back to the roots, go back to Taurus, to embody everything that we are here to do, and see the blessings that we already have, and be confident about the work that we put in and everything that we are able to grow. But of course it can also play on the other side, which is amplifying one side more than the other. It depends on each person's chart. So it will depend on every one of us, and it can also play from a very positive side of bringing confidence to this, confidence to do the work, to actually go deep into knowing myself, into acknowledging my shadows or my traumas or my resentments, my guilt, that are preventing me from being authentic, or the other way around. It can give me the strength to, even though I feel that I'm not deserving, or that I'm still lacking something, or that I'm still not enough, still going to take the step towards putting myself out in the world despite my fears. So it can have this like good and bad sides. Also because we have this moon, this new moon playing along very harmoniously with Mars and Pluto. So this can come in a very harmonious way as well. But more than anything, it comes as an opportunity. Jupiter in Taurus, and it's like the last opportunity that we will have. Not the last, because still this year is still going to be very intense on this fixed signs axis. We'll still have Venus retrograding in Leo for months, not for 4 months retrograding, but she will be there for 4 months, half of it retrograding. So we'll have a lot of fixed signs still this year, until the last when was it? My memory's not really serving me these days. I'm still out of Mercury retrograde, but yeah, I think it's going to be the full moon of Taurus, which is going to happen in October, and which is going to be an eclipse. So the last eclipse happening with something in the sign of Taurus. Although the nodes are not going to be there anymore, they are going to move into the axis of Aries and Libra, if I'm not mistaken, in July. So, but still, we will still have this the very last eclipse in the sign of Taurus in October. So, and this is a moment, a momentum, as I said, where we can finally fight for our authenticity, fight in a sense of searching for it, of going to taking the layers off of us, peeling the layers off, and trying to get to acknowledge the good and the bad and everything that has been serving me, and that I can actually put to work or to serve my community with, and take the best out of everyone, and make everyone shine along with me. So, or even brighter than me. So this is very, very interesting. Of course, everyone, as I said, everyone who has something in the fixed signs, some kind of planet, some kind of axis, some kind of angle in the fixed signs, will feel this much more strongly. But again, it doesn't have to be super challenging. It doesn't have to be bad. It just means that is something that is very, very needed for your personal evolution. So just don't resist to it, and try to make the best out of it, whatever it is. So yeah, I hope you can feel the good vibes and take the opportunities that come in your way and make the best out of it. See you in the full moon of Sagittarius, and until then, have a very good time. Bye.